は僕をダメなやつと思う鏡を見つめる僕を見下げているけど中には大きな力希望がある Maybe I'm a little young but you don't know what I become Can't you see it in my face A demon living in disguise but you can see the killer in my eyes I've got a look you can't escape You can't escape No one understood the world that I was making Look me in the face and tell me I was making Maybe I'm a little young but you don't know what I become Can't you see it in my face A demon living in disguise but you can see the killer in my eyes I've got a look you can't escape What you think about when you're born into a fire. Let 'em burn it out. ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away. Burn away, we feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake it through the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake it through the back of the pack, kill it anyway. And we feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake it through the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake it through the back of the pack, kill it anyway. You think you've got my number figured out? A motive born in drought and brevity. And if I'm not the soul of your design, I blatantly decline your remedy. Don't box me in, don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine. I wasn't always just a single shade, a palette full of gray in reverie. And I can burn it brighter than the sun. I have a golden gun inside of me. Don't box me in, don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else. And if I fall behind, ignoring all the signs, and if I lose the fight, I still rage against the night. Don't box I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. We're back again for another episode of Dysfunctional Gaming's Talking D&D. We're on episode 66 this week. Hi, Oscitator. Hi, Dara. Thanks for stopping in. I see you guys there. Congratulations on your interview, and hope that you get that job. This week we're going to talk about the Cleric. We're going to talk about their subclasses. But before we get into that, Patch, what did we talk about last week?
We talked about notes. We talked about something I did not read.
Monster?
What did we talk about?
It
Zombies.
was a monster. There you go.
Yeah, we talked about zombies.
There it is.
All right. They ate my brains, and I forgot what we were talking about. So
I did shave. I shaved actually last week, so if you want to see like real short, you can go watch that on YouTube. And you can also catch all those episodes and catch up to this episode 66. The other 65 are on Anchor.fm, Spotify, and also on your Apple Podcasts. And anywhere else you find your podcasts, you should be able to find us. If you want to watch us in video form, everything is up to episode 30, and then I think from like 52 is on YouTube right now. I got to upload the next 20 soon.
I'm doing well. Thundercat didn't ask me, so I was very thrown off. So how are you, Thundercat?
I'm good. I'm good.
That's good. That's good.
Sorry, we had people in the chat. Normally it's just me talking to you. The chat's not going off right away. Patch, how are you?
I'm well. I talked to our special guest before we started the show, and he's kind of thrilled to be here, I think.
Oh God. All right. Yeah, we'll talk to your special guest when we get to that part of
we
the
have
show.
a special guest today.
When we get to
I can't tell you.
Get to that part of the show. I know who it is.
You do?
Yes, I know who it is.
You do?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's almost his part of the show now. Now you don't know who the special guest is, do you?
It's not his part of the show yet.
Yes, it is.
No,
what are we talking about?
Clerics.
Yeah, and I suppose, you'd want to bring out one of the foremost authorities on Clerics.
We don't need you yet, though, Ironhead.
Well, we do, though, right?
No, only when we talk about the Peace Cleric, which you are.
Oh, well, see, I was just going to talk about all Clerics. I mean,
no, I don't need you here for that. I need Patch here for that.
Well, he's already stepped out now. I apologize. He's gone into my brainwashing room that I set up in his linen closets. So, what Clerics? We're doing Clerics.
All right, yeah, we're doing the divine domains of the Cleric, also known as the subclasses. You get them at level 1 right away.
Baby magics.
You want to start? You want to talk about?
Sure. Yeah, we'll talk about one of my not good subjects is knowledge. I'm not the smartest crayon in the box. But these clerics are the gods of knowledge, including Ugma, Bakbab, Gillian, Orion, and Toth, value learning and understanding above all. Some teach that knowledge is to be gathered and shared in libraries and universities, or promote the practical knowledge of craft and invention. Some deities hoard knowledge and keep its secrets to themselves, and some promise their followers that they'll gain tremendous power if they unlock the secrets of the multiverse. So on and so forth. That's a lot more words. But base level clerics, when you are at your cleric domains, cleric 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9, you'll be getting some domain spells. From the knowledge domain, at first level, you'd be getting command, identifying. Third level, you'd be getting augury and suggestion. Fifth would be non-detection and speak with dead. 7th is arcane eye, confusion. And 9th level, you get legend lore and scrying.
Those spells are all stuff that you get, and you don't have to don't count towards your prepared spells.
Correct. You just know them all the time, and they're always there for you. It's like Malcolm. Blessings of knowledge. At first level, you learn 2 languages of your choice. You also become proficient in 2 of the following skills: Arcana, History, Nature, or Religion. All right. Well, that's kind of handy. What is it? Knowledge domain at 6th level. All right, that's where we're going next. 6th level. All right. So at 6th level, you can use your channel divinity to read a creature's thoughts. You can use your access to the creature's mind to command it. As an action, you choose one creature that you can see within 60 feet of you. Must that creature makes a wisdom saving throw. If the creature succeeds on the saving throw, you can't use the feature until you finish the long rest. If it fails, however, you can read its surface thoughts, those foremost on its mind, reflecting its current emotion and what is actively thinking about when it is within 60 feet of you. It'll last a minute. During that time, you can also use your action to end this effect and cast a suggestion spell on the creature without expending a spell slot. The target automatically fails its saving throw against the spell. That's kind of cool right there. That's a nifty little thing. All right. Starting at 8th level with the knowledge domain, you can add your wisdom modifier to the damage you deal with any cleric cantrip. Yeah. All right. Kind of boring. But then you get your big level stuff at 17th. This is a lot of reading to do there, Thundercat. It's called Visions of the Past. Starting at 17th level, you can call up visions of the past that relate to an object you hold or your immediate surroundings. You can spend at least 1 minute in meditation and prayer, then receive dreamlike shadowy glimpses of recent events. You can meditate in this way for a number of minutes equal to your wisdom score, and you must maintain concentration during that time as if you were casting a spell. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a short or long rest. Now you've got 2 options to do with that Visions of the Past. You can do an object reading. Holding an object as you meditate, you can see visions of the object's previous owner. After meditating for 1 minute, you learn how the owner acquired and lost the object, as well as the most recent significant event involving the object and that owner. If the object was owned by another creature in the recent past, within a number of days equal to your wisdom score, you can spend 1 additional minute for each owner to learn the same information about that creature. Kinda neat. And then you've got, on the opposite hand, the area reading. So as you meditate, you see visions of recent events in your immediate vicinity. A room, a street, a tunnel, a clearing, or the like, up to a 50-foot cube. Going back a number of days equal up to your wisdom score. For each minute you meditate, you learn about one significant event beginning with the most recent. Significant events typically involve powerful emotions such as battles and betrayals, marriages and murders, births and funerals. However, they might also include more mundane events that are nevertheless important in your current situation. That's kind of neat. It's a nifty little trick that Cleric's got. Like a little fortune teller.
Yeah, Ironhide, exactly what I was thinking.
Right? Ooh, let me consult my god Ugma. It's gonna be cloudy. Ooh, sorry. It sounded sarcastic. I really wasn't. But
did you say the Knowledge of Ages, the channel divinity at 2nd level?
no, I don't think I did. No, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't skipped right over that. I apologize. So starting at 2nd level, Divine Well of Knowledge as an action. You can choose one skill or tool. For 10 minutes, you have proficiency with it.
This is the one that I picked for Dax.
Oh yeah, I remember. Patch told me about those. That was the Avernus campaign that didn't turn out that great.
Yeah, because I remember being able to do that, but not being able to use it really because we didn't play much.
Nope.
All right, moving on to the life domain. The life domain focuses on vibrant, positive energy, one of the fundamental forces of the universe that sustains all life. The gods of life promote vitality and health through healing the sick and wounded, caring for those in need, and driving away the forces of death and undeath. Almost any non-evil deity can claim influence over this domain, particularly agricultural deities as Chante, Araway, and Demeter. Sun gods such as Lathander, Palor, and Rihoraski. That's a cool name. Gods of healing or endurance such as Ilmater, Meshachal, Apollo, and Diect. and gods of the home and community such as Hestia, Hathor, and Boldre. Your cleric level spells you get for the life domain are first level bless and cure wounds, third level restoration, lesser restoration, spiritual weapon, fifth level beacon of hope, revivify, seventh level death ward, guardian of faith, and ninth level mass cure wounds and raise dead. When you choose this domain at first level, you gain proficiency with heavy armor. Pretty cool.
Nice.
You also get Disciple of Life. Also, at starting at first level, your healing spells are more effective. When you use a healing spell of first level or higher to restore hit points to a creature, that creature regains additional hit points equal to 2 plus the spell's level.
That's not bad.
Hefty heals.
Yeah.
Channel Divinity, preserve life. Starting at second level, you can use your Channel Divinity to heal the badly injured. As an action, you present your holy symbol and evoke healing energy that can restore a number of hit points equal to 5 times your cleric level. Choose any creature within 30 feet of you and divide those hit points among them. This feature can restore a creature to no more than half its maximum hit points. You can use this feature on the undead. Can't use this feature on an undead or construct.
Because they can't regain hit points in that way.
Blessed Healer. At 6th level, the healing spells you cast on others heal you as well. When you cast a spell of first level or higher that restores hit points to a creature other than you, you regain hit points equal to 2 plus the spell's level. Nice. A little bit for yourself. At 8th level, you get Divine Strike. You gain the ability to infuse your weapon strikes with divine energy. Once on each of your turns, when you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can cause the attack to deal 1 extra d8 radiant damage to the target. When you reach 14th level, the extra damage increases to 2d8.
Just going to go ahead and say something here real quick, Thundercat. Get ready to say that a lot. I heard the episode where you guys talked about ability scores at 4, 8, 12, 16, and I think the last one is 17 or one of those. Clerics do share that at like 8th level. You either get potent spell casting or you get divine strike typically. It's fueled differently depending on what type of cleric you are. I don't get it. I get the potent spell casting, but
at 17th level, when you would normally roll 1 or more dice to restore hit points with the spell, you instead use the highest number possible for each die. For example, instead of restoring 2d6 hit points to a creature, you restore 12. That's called Supreme Healing.
Yeah, that's the last one, huh? Is that level 17?
Yeah.
Yeah, cleric top tier spells are pretty handy. Always need a cleric in the party. All right. Moving on to the other L domain, not to be confused with life, we've got the light domain. Gods of light, including Helm, Lathander, Foltis, Brinchala, the Silver Flame, Blanus, Apollo, and Horkathi. That's a hard one.
That's the one that I had to say too. I had to say the same exact one.
Promote the ideals of rebirth and renewal, truth, vigilance, and beauty, often using the symbol of the sun. Some of these gods are portrayed as the sun itself, or Shardir, who guides the sun across the sky. Apollo is one of those. Charioteer, that's the word. Others are tireless sentinels whose eyes pierce every shadow and see through every deception. But cleric spells first, you get Burning Hands and Fairy Flyer, Flaming Sphere and Scorching Ray at 3rd level. 5th level, you get Daylight and Fireball. 7th level, you get Guardian of Faith and Wall of Fire. And then lastly, at 9th level, you get Flame Strike and Scrying. You also get the Light cantrip if you don't already know it. The cantrip doesn't count against the number of cleric cantrips you know. And lastly, you get Warding Flare. At 1st level, you can interpose Divine Light between yourself and an attacking enemy. When you're attacked by a creature within 30 feet of you that you can see, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll, causing light to flare before the attacker before it hits or misses. An attacker that can't be blinded is immune to this feature. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier, a minimum of once, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. Your Channel Divinity feature at level 2 is called the Radiance of the Dawn. As an action, you present your holy symbol, and any magical darkness within 30 feet of you is dispelled. Additionally, each hostile creature within you, 30 feet within you, must make a Constitution saving throw. A creature takes radiant damage equal to 2d10 plus your cleric level on a failed saving throw, and half as much on a save. A creature that has total cover from you is not affected. That's pretty mean at second level. Let's see, we've got the improved Flair at 6th. 6th level, you can also use your warding Flair when a creature that you can see within 30 feet attacks a creature other than you. 8th level, what do you get? Potent spellcasting, you get to add your wisdom modifier to the damage you deal with any cleric cantrip. And lastly, at 17th level, you get Corona of Light. Starting at 17th level, you can use your action to activate an aura of sunlight that lasts for 1 minute or until you dismiss it using another action. You can emit bright light in a 60-foot radius and dim light 30 feet beyond that. Your enemies in the bright light have disadvantage on saving throws against any spell that deals fire or radiant damage. So it's like little fire wizard, little fire god wizard type of deal thing. Little fire starter, I guess. I got nothing.
Yeah, yep. Like a fire starter. Ironhide.
Sure. Yep.
Yep.
Sounds dangerous. Really does, you know? You're on a boat.
I feel like we're getting closer to where you might be when I talk about this next domain. It's kind of close to peace, right? Nature.
Yeah, kind of. A little differing things, you know.
Gods of nature are as varied as the natural world itself, from inscrutable gods of the deep forest such as Sylvanus, Obad-Hai, Chilslev, Valinor, and Pan, to friendly deities associated with particular springs and groves, such as Eldath. Druids revere nature as whole and might serve one of these deities, practicing mysterious rites and reciting all but forgotten prayers in their own secret tongue. But many of these gods have clerics as well, champions who take a more active role in advancing the interests of a particular nature god. These clerics might hunt the evil monstrosities that despoil the woodlands, bless the harvest of the faithful, or wither the crops of those who anger the gods. Your domain spells at nature at cleric level 1 are Animal Friendship and Speak with Animals. 3rd level are Bark Skin and Spike Growth. 5th level are Plant Growth and Wind Wall. 7th level are Dominate Beast and Grasping Vine. And then at 9th level you get Insect Plague and Tree Stride. At 1st level, you get Acolyte of Nature. At 1st level, you learn 1 druid cantrip of your choice. You can also gain proficiency in one of the following skills of your choice: animal handling, nature, or survival. Also, at 1st level, you gain proficiency with heavy armor.
That doesn't make really much sense to me with the nature domain, but go on.
Well, it's not a druid. He's a cleric still.
I know, but still.
Channel Divinity. Charm animals and plants. Starting at 2nd level, you can use your Channel Divinity to charm animals and plants. As an action, you present your holy symbol and invoke the name of your deity. Each beast or plant creature that you can see within 30 feet of you must make a wisdom saving throw. If the creature fails its saving throw, it is charmed by you for 1 minute or until it takes damage. While it's charmed by you, it is friendly to you and other creatures you designate. Good for combat.
Kinda.
At 6th level, Dampen Elements. When you or a creature within 30 feet of you takes acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder damage, you can use your reaction to grant resistance to the creature against the instance of that damage.
That's kind of handy. I like that.
That's pretty cool. Divine Strike. At 8th level, you get the ability to infuse your weapon with strikes of divine energy. Once on each of your turns, you can add an extra D8 cold damage on a hit.
Ooh, cold damage.
Oh, sorry. D8 cold damage, fire, or lightning damage. Your choice for the target.
Ooh, cold damage.
And when you reach 14th level, you can gain an extra D8. At 17th level, you get Master of Nature. You gain the ability to command animals and plant creatures. While creatures are charmed by your charm animals and plants feature, you can take a bonus action on your turn to verbally command what each of those creatures will do its next turn.
They call me Squirrel Lord.
They
Well,
create
find out.
all of those squirrels come together and create a larger squirrel. Now I am the Squirrel King.
I am Squirreltron.
Squirreltron.
Give me your nuts.
Oh,
So-
1 minute is over. They hate you now.
All right. So next we've got the Tempus Domain. Gods whose portfolios include the Tempus Domain include Talos, Umberlee, Kord, Zeboim, the Devourer, Zeus, and the Thorn. Governs storms, sea, and sky. They include gods of lightning and thunder, gods of earthquakes, some fire gods, certain gods of violence, physical strength, and courage. In some pantheons, a god of this domain rules over other deities and is known for swift justice delivered by thunderbolts. In the pantheons of seafaring people, gods of this domain are ocean deities and the patrons of sailors. Tempest gods send their clerics to inspire fear in the common folk, in either to keep those folk on the path of righteousness or to encourage them to offer sacrifices of propitiation to ward off the divine wrath. So, at first level, you get Fog, Cloud, and Thunder Wave. Third level, you get Gust of Wind, Shatter. Fifth level, you can call Lightning and a Sleet Storm. Seventh level, you can control water and have an Ice Storm. And ninth level, you have a Destructive Wave and an Insect Plague. These are all prepared, and well, these are known to you and don't count against your prepared spells. You also gain proficiency with martial weapons and heavy armor. And lastly, at first level, you can call upon the Wrath of the Storm. At first level, you can thunderously rebuke attackers. When a creature within 5 feet of you that you can see hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to cause that creature to make a dex save. A creature takes 2d8 lightning or thunder damage, whichever you choose, on a failed save, and half as much on a successful one. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier, a minimum of once, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. Kinda decent. Second level, you can use your Channel Divinity to cause a destructive wrath. When you roll lightning or thunder damage, you can use Channel Divinity to deal maximum damage instead of rolling. And that's it. Enough said. At 6th level, you get the Thunderbolt Strike. And at 6th level, when you deal lightning damage to a large or smaller creature, you can also push it up to 10 feet away from you. 8th level, you gain the ability to infuse your weapon strikes with divine energy with your Divine Strike. Once on each of your turns, you hit a creature with a weapon attack. This one allows you to deal an extra 1d8 thunder damage. And at 14th level, it increases to 2d8. And lastly, I think
thunder damage.
the coolest one, you become a Stormborn at 17th level. You have a flying speed equal to your current walking speed whenever you are not underground or indoors.
That's so sick. You're just like, I feel like you're
I'm
like
outside.
you're literally Storm. Like you're just like,
Yep.
I'm just gonna use wind to take off.
Yep.
Thunder damage.
So what I would do is I'd probably put my shield underneath my feet and then like look around like I was like flying or something like that, like surfing or something.
Surfing
little
on it.
noise.
Your surfboard or a snowboard.
Yeah.
It'd be a windboard.
Hi, Wombat. Good to see you.
Do you even know who that is?
Yeah, I see his name on the chat every now and then.
Okay.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be watching chat. You should be worrying about all the people we're trying to save.
Well, sometimes the butterflies, when I'm paying attention, they float over that way.
That's Ironhide Wombat.
Hi, Wombat. Patch, I'll let him know he said hi.
Moving on to the trickery domain. Gods of trickery such as Timora, Beshaba, Oldamara, the Traveler, Garl Glittergold, and Loki are mischief makers and instigators who stand as a constant challenge to the accepted order among both gods and mortals. They're patrons of thieves, scoundrels, gamblers, rebels, and liberators. Their clerics are disruptive force in the world, puncturing pride, mocking tyrants, stealing from the rich, freeing captives, and flouting hollow traditions. They prefer subterfuge, pranks, deceptions, and theft rather than direct confrontation. Your trickery domain spells are Charm Person and Disguise Self at first level. Third level, Mirror Image, Pass Without Trace. Fifth level, Blink and Dispel Magic. Seventh level, Dimension Door, Polymorph. And then ninth level, Dominate Person and Modify Memory.
That's a fun spell.
Yeah. Good stuff. Blessing of the Trickster. Starting when you choose this domain at first level, you can use your action to touch a willing creature other than yourself to give it advantage on dexterity stealth checks. This blessing lasts for 1 hour or until you use the feature again. At second level, you get your Channel Divinity, Invoke Duplicity. You can use the Channel Divinity to create an illusory duplicate of yourself. As an action, you can create a perfect illusion of yourself that lasts for 1 minute or until you lose concentration, as if you're concentrating on a spell. The illusion appears in an unoccupied space that you can see within 30 feet of you. As a bonus action on your turn, you can move the illusion up to 30 feet to a space you can see, but it must remain within 120 feet of you. For the duration, you can cast spells as though you were in the illusion's space, but you must use your own senses. Additionally, when both you and your illusion are within 5 feet of a creature that can see the illusion, you have advantage on attack rolls against the creature, given how distraction the illusion is to target. This is what Chester was.
Yeah.
Okay. Your Channel Divinity, Cloak of Shadows. At 6th level, you can use your Channel Divinity to vanish. As an action, you become invisible until the end of your next turn. You become visible if you attack or cast a spell. At 8th level, you get Divine Strike, and you can deal an extra 1d8 poison damage to the target, or 2d8 when you reach 14th level. At 17th level, you can create up to 4 duplicates of yourself instead of 1. When you use the Invoke Duplicity as a bonus action on your turn, you can move any number of them up to 30 feet to a maximum of 120 feet. That's pretty cool. This is also what Moash was.
Yep, that's right. That's what Moash was. So, this is one that's only in one book. It's from the Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide. It's the Arcane.
You still have one more.
I do? Which one?
The War Domain.
Oh, it's the War Domain. The War Domain is so boring. All right. Well, not one of my favorite things.
You can do the Arcane one after.
Okay. Well, I'm just not usually. Anyway, war has many manifestations. They can make heroes of ordinary people, just like you hear every week Friday nights over here, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It can be desperate and horrific, with acts of cruelty and cowardice eclipsing instances of excellence and courage. In either case, the gods of war watch over warriors and reward them for their great deeds. Clerics, such gods, excel in battle, inspiring to others to fight the good fight and offering acts of violence as prayers. Gods of war include champions of honor and chivalry, such as Torm, Hieronius, and Kiri Jolith, as well as gods of destruction and pillage, such as Irinithal, the Fury, Groomish, and Ares, and gods of conquest and domination, such as Bane, Hextor, and Malbugliet. Other war gods, such as Tempus, Nike, alright, that's a shoe, and Nuada, take more neutral stance, promoting war as in its all manifestation, supporting warriors in any circumstances. So
do
is war
do you
domain.
wear Nikes, Ironhide?
Well, yeah.
Okay. I feel like you'd be like a Chuck Taylor, like
No.
Converse kind of guy.
Sandals. Nikes make sandals. That's why I wear Nikes.
Is it a flip flop, or is it like an over a slip on?
Uh-huh.
Gotcha.
Learned a little bit from that one that performance from Italianix's band about that Kung Shu guy. He had a real swift idea there.
Nice.
But cleric level spells you get at first are Divine Favor and Shield of Faith. 3rd level you get Magic Weapon and Spiritual Weapon. 5th level you get Crusader's Mantle and Spirit Guardians. 7th level is Freedom of Movement and Stone Skin. 9th level is Flame Strike and Hold Monster. You also gain proficiency with martial weapons and heavy armor. and you become a war priest. Your god delivers bolts of inspiration to you while engaged in battle. While you use the attack action, you can make one weapon attack as a bonus action. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. Your channel divinity is a guided strike. You can use your channel divinity with its supernatural accuracy. When you make an attack roll, you can use your channel divinity to gain a +10 to the roll. You can make this choice after you see the roll, but before the DM says whether the attack hits or misses. It's a pretty clutch channel divinity if you're in a fight. Shouldn't be getting in a fight. You should be trying to look for a peaceful option, but sometimes that's not there. Alright, at 6th level, when a creature within 30 feet of you makes an attack roll, you can use your War God's Blessing. You can use your reaction to grant that creature a +10 bonus to the roll using your channel divinity. You make this choice whether you after you see the roll or before the DM says whether it hits or misses. Another thing that we've covered at great length so far is at 8th level, you gain the ability to infuse your weapon strikes with divine energy. Once on each of your turns, when you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can deal an extra 1d8 damage of the same type dealt by the weapon to the target, and at 14th level, it increases to 2d8. So at that point, your maul could be like a 3d8 weapon, essentially, yeah? Damn. Alright, at 17th level, you become an avatar of battle. You gain... Oh. Well, that's something. You gain resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage from non-magical attacks. Well. I thought there was more to that, but there isn't. That's it.
I don't have the skag with me. It's over there in the...
Alright, well, I'll go
so-
read into the Malcolm Cleric. I got you. Malcolm Cleric. This is what I was thinking. So the Arcana Domain. This one seems kind of fun. Magic is an energy that suffuses the multiverse and that fuels both destruction and creation. Gods of the Arcana Domain know the secrets and potential of magic intimately. For some of these gods, magical knowledge is a great responsibility that comes with a special understanding of the nature of reality. Other gods of Arcana see magic as pure power to be used as its wielder sees fit. The gods of this domain are often associated with knowledge, as learning and arcane power tend to go hand in hand. In the realms, deity of this domain include Azuth and Mistra, as well as Corellion, Larathian of the Elven Pantheon. Alright. In other words, the domain includes Hecate, Mathoni, that's the two worst names ever, Math, and Isis, the triple moon gods of Solinari, Lunitari, and Nolitari of Kin, and Bokobob, Vecna, and Weejas of Greyhawk. As indicated, we'll be going over the Arcana Domain cleric level spells. First level, Detect Magic and Magic Missile. Third level, Magic Weapon and Nistel's Magic Aura. 5th level is Dispel Magic and Magic Circle. 7th level is Arcane Eye and Lehman's Secret Chest. Underrated spell. 9th level is Planner Binding and Teleportation Circle. And when you choose this domain at 1st level, you gain proficiency in the Arcana skill, and you gain 2 cantrips of your choice from the wizard spell list for you. And they also don't count against your cleric cantrips. That's a lot of words. Alright. Channel Divinity, your Arcane Abjuration. Oh, Jesus, more words. As an action, you present your holy symbol and one celestial, elemental, fey, or fiend of your choice that is within 30 feet of you must make a wisdom saving throw, provided the creature can see or hear you. If it fails, it is turned for 1 minute or until it takes any damage. Turned creatures works similar to Be Frightened, except it's not frightened. But once you reach 5th level, when a creature fails its saving throw against your Arcane Abjuration feature, the creature is banished for a minute, as in the banishment spell. No concentration required. If it isn't on its plane of origin, and its challenge rating is at or below the 13th threat throw as shown below. So, at 5th level, it's a half CR, 8th it's 1, 11th it's 2, 14th it's 3, 4 or lower is 17th level. Let's see. Spellbreaker. At 6th level, when you restore hit points to an ally with a spell of 1st level or higher, you can also end one spell of your choice on that creature. The level of the spell must be equal to or lower than the level of the spell slot that you use to cast the healing spell. That's kind of interesting. Potent spellcasting. Welcome to adding your wisdom modifier on any damage you deal with a cantrip. And lastly, at level 17, you become an arcane master. You choose 4 spells from the wizard spell list, 1 from each of the following levels: 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. You add them to your list of domain spells. Like your other domain spells, they are always prepared and count as cleric spells for you. That sounds terrifying.
So many spells prepared.
Well, you just get to pick one, and 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th level spells are usually like big ones.
Yep.
Nope. That's no. 9th level spell is a wish. So you could be a cleric with the ability to cast a wish spell and automatically succeed on your divine intervention. If you think about it, at level 20. That's kind of crazy.
Yep.
What's
That's
next?
pretty cool.
All right. Do you want to do... So there's one in a book that isn't for the players. Do you want to talk about that one or no?
What do you mean?
The death one.
Oh, is that a DM?
It's the DMG one, yeah. That's one not for players. But I mean, we talked about oath. Didn't you and Patch talk about Oathbreakers?
Yeah. It's in the DM's guide. I was just gonna go to the Forge domain since I had it open.
We'll do it. Let's go to the Forge, and then we'll wrap up with the bad one.
Yeah, we'll do that one last. The gods of the Forge are patrons of artisans who work with metal, from a humble blacksmith who keeps a village in horseshoes and plow blades to the mighty elf artisan whose diamond-tipped arrows of mithril have felled demon lords. The gods of the Forge teach that, with patience and hard work, even the most intractable metal can be transformed from a lump of ore to a beautifully wrought object. Clerics of these deities search for objects lost to the forces of darkness, liberate mines overrun by orcs, and uncover rare and wondrous materials necessary to create potent magic items. Followers of these gods take great pride in their work, and they are willing to craft and use heavy armor and powerful weapons to protect them. Deities of this domain include Gond, Reorx, Onatar, Moradin, Hephaestus, and Goib Hinu. Your domain spells. At first level, you get Identify and Searing Smite. At third level, Heat Metal Magic Weapon. Elemental Weapon and Protection from Energy. At 5th level. 7th level, you get Fabricate and Wall of Fire. And 9th level, you get Animate Objects and Creation. You get a bonus proficiency. At first level, you gain proficiency with Heavy Armor and Smith tools. At first level, you get Blessing of the Forge. You gain the ability to imbue magic into a weapon or armor. At the end of a long rest, you can touch one non-magical object that is a suit of armor or a simple or martial weapon. Till the end of your next long rest, or until you die, that object becomes a magic item, granting a plus one bonus to AC if it's armor, or a plus 1 bonus to attack and damage rolls if it's a weapon. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest. Starting at 2nd level, you get Artisan's Blessing, Channel Divinity. You can use your Channel Divinity to create simple items. You conduct an hour-long ritual that crafts a non-magical item that must include some metal, a simple or martial weapon, a suit of armor, 10 pieces of ammunition, or a set of tools, or another metal object. See Chapter 5 of the equipment. in the player's handbook. The creation is completed at the end of the hour, coalescing in an unoccupied space, your choice, on a surface within 5 feet of you. The thing you create can be something that is worth no more than 100 gold pieces. As part of this ritual, you must lay out metal, which can include coins with a value equal to the creation. The metal irretrievably coalesces and transforms into the creation of at the ritual's end, magically forming even non-metal parts of the creation. The ritual can create a duplicate of a non-magical item that contains metal, such as a key, if you possess the original during the forge. That's pretty cool.
It's an interesting one. That sounded like you have a lot of words on that there, Thundercat.
Yeah, there's still more.
Oh, there's still more. All right.
At 6th level, you get Soul of the Forge. Your mastery of the Forge grants you special abilities. You gain resistance to fire damage. While wearing heavy armor, you gain a +1 bonus to AC. At 8th level, you get Divine Strike, and you deal an extra 1d8 fire damage when you hit once per turn. And you gain 2d8 extra damage at 14th level. At 17th level, you get Saint of Forge and Fire. Your blessed affinity with fire and metal becomes more powerful. You gain immunity to fire damage. While wearing heavy armor, you have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing damage from non-magical attacks. That's a cool little... I like that one. I think that one's fun.
I'm fairly positive. Patch was telling me in the UK game that he was in for a little while, one of the characters was a Forge cleric, and it kind of worked out because he was always able to make sure he didn't get hit and by putting it into his AC. Well, I get all the ones that I don't want to talk about. All right.
Well, do a different one then.
No, because there's only 2 in the Xanathar's Guide to Everything.
This is a long one too.
This is a long one. This one should have been Steve, who I also played. So this is a grave domain. Gods of the grave watch over the line between life and death. And hello, Jackus the monk. Welcome in.
What's happening, Jackus?
To these deities, death and the afterlife are a foundation part of the multiverse. To desecrate the peace of the dead is an abomination. Deities of the grave include Kelmavor, Ouijas, the ancestral spirits of the Undying Court, Hades, Anubis, and Osiris. Followers of these deities seek to put wandering spirits to rest, destroy the undead, and ease the suffering of the dying. Their magic also allows them to stave off death for a time, particularly for a person who still has some great work to accomplish in the world. This is a delay of death, not a denial of it, for death will eventually get its due. At 1st level, you get Bane in False Life. 3rd level, you get Gentle Repose and Ray of Enfeeblement. 5th level, you get Revivify and Vampiric Touch. 7th, you get Blight and Death Horde. 9th, you get Anti-Life Shell and Raise Dead. And then also at 1st level, you get Circle of Mortality. You gain the ability to manipulate the line between life and death. When you would normally roll 1 or more dice to restore hit points with a spell to a creature at 0 hit points, you instead use the highest number possible for each die. In addition, you learn Spare the Dying, which does not count against the number of cleric cantrips you know. For you, it has a range of 30 feet and you can cast it as a bonus action. Super handy.
That's cool.
Next, you get Eyes of the Grave. You gain the ability to occasionally sense the presence of the undead, whose existence is an insult to the natural cycle of life. As an action, you can open your awareness to the magically detect undead. Until the end of your next turn, you know the location of any undead within 60 feet of you that isn't behind total cover, and that isn't protection from divination magic. This sense doesn't tell you anything about a creature's capabilities or identity. You can use it a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier, a minimum of once, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a short or long rest. Next, your channel divinity can be used to channel the Path of the Grave. As an action, you can choose one creature you can see within 30 feet of you, cursing it until the end of your next turn. The next time you or an ally of yours hits the cursed creature with an attack, the creature has vulnerability to all that attack's damage, and then the curse ends.
Damn.
Pretty neat. Pretty neat. 6th level, you become the Sentinel at Death's Door. You gain the ability to impede Death's progress. As a reaction, when you or a creature you can see within 30 feet of you suffers a critical hit, you can turn that into a normal hit. Any effects triggered by a critical hit or cancelled, you can use this feature a number of times to equal to your Wisdom modifier, minimum of 1, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. You also get Potent Spell Casting at level 8, where you get to add your Wisdom modifier to the damage you deal with any cantrip of a Cleric type. Next, but not least, you become the Keeper of Souls, starting at 17th level. You can seize a trace of vitality from a parting soul and use it to heal the living. When an enemy you can see dies within 60 feet of you, you or one creature of your choice that was in 60 feet of you regains hit points equal to the enemy's number of hit dice. You can use this feature only if you aren't incapacitated. Once you use it, can't do so until the start of your next turn. That's pretty mean.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Grave Domain was the one that Caduceus was, right?
That's correct. Yep.
Remember him saying, "I is the grave," or what?
Mm-hmm. What do we got next?
Moving on, we have the Order Domain in Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. The Order Domain represents discipline, as well as devotion to the laws that govern a society, an institution, or philosophy. Clerics of Order meditate on logic and justice as they serve their gods, examples of which appear in the Order Deities table. Clerics of the Order believe the well-crafted laws establish legitimate hierarchies and that those selected by law to lead must be obeyed. Those who obey must do so to the best of their ability, and if those who lead fail to protect the law, they must be replaced. In this manner, law weaves a web of obligations that create order and security in a chaotic multiverse. Domain spells, you get 1st level, Command and Heroism. 3rd level, Hold Person, Zone of Truth. 5th level, Mass Healing Word, Slow. 7th level, Compulsion, Locate Creature. And at 9th level, you get Commune and Dominate Person. This sounds kind of like what Cougar was, but he was a paladin.
Same thing, yeah.
Yeah. At 1st level, you get bonus proficiency. You get proficiency with heavy armor. You also gain proficiency in intimidation or persuasion, skill, your choice. You get the Voice of Authority. At 1st level, you can evoke the power of law to embolden an ally to attack. If you cast a spell with a spell slot of 1st level or higher and target an ally with the spell, that ally can use their reaction immediately after the spell to make one weapon attack against the creature of your choice that you can see. If the spell targets more than one ally, you choose the ally who can make the attack. So that you could just do that.
Pretty mean.
There's no number of times you can. That's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
At 2nd level, you get Order's Demand. It's a channel divinity. You can use your channel divinity to exert an intimidating presence over others. As an action, you present your holy symbol, and each creature of your choice that you can see or hear, or can hear you, within 30 feet of you must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be charmed by you until the end of your next turn, or until the charmed creature takes any damage. You can also cause any of the charmed creatures to drop what they are holding when they fail the saving throw. That's pretty cool.
Pretty handy.
Embodiment of the Law. At 6th level, you have become remarkably adept at channeling magical energy to compel others. If you cast a spell of the enchantment school using a spell slot of 1st level or higher, you can change the spell's casting time to 1 bonus action for this casting, provided the spell's casting time is normally 1 action. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. That's pretty cool. Divine Strike. Once on each of your turns, when you hit a creature, you can deal an extra 1d8 psychic damage to the target, and when you reach 14th level, you get 2d8. Psychic damage is pretty badass too. 17th level, Order's Wrath. Enemies you designate for destruction wilt under the combined efforts of you and your allies. If you deal your divide strike damage to a creature on your turn, you can curse that creature until the start of your next turn. The next time one of your allies hits this cursed creature with an attack, the target also takes 2d8 psychic damage and the curse ends. You can curse a creature in this way only once per turn. That's pretty bad. Dude.
Tasha had some really interesting stuff in her book, I'll tell you what.
Guess what's next, Ironhide?
Oh, it's me, yeah.
Do you want to know what? Do you want to know?
Peace
Do you
Domain
want to know
cleric?
what? Do you want to know what Tasha says about you?
Sure.
Have these peaceful clerics even considered that they're subverting a most holy system, one where bad decisions coincide with the teaching power of pain?
Probably. I mean, you know, the bomb of peace thrives at the heart of a healthy communities between friendly nations and the souls of the kind-hearted. The gods of peace inspire people of all sorts to resolve conflicts and stand up against the forces that try to prevent peace from flourishing. Clerics of the peace domain preside over the signing of treaties, and they are often asked to arbitrate in disputes. These clerics' blessings draw people together and help them shoulder one another's burdens, and the clerics' magic aid those who are driven to fight for the way of peace. And they give some examples of peace domain cleric deities. You've got Angerideth, Barana True Silver, Boldrear, Eldath is the big one from the Forgotten Realms, the goddess of peace. More importantly, your domain spells are as follows. At first level, you get Heroism and Sanctuary. Third level, you get Aid and Warding Bond. Fifth level, you get Beacon of Hope and Sending. Seventh level, you get Aura of Purity and Autoluke's Resilient Sphere. Ninth level, you get Greater Restoration and Rary's Telepathic Bond. You also become an Implement of Peace, gaining proficiency in either Insight, Performance, or Persuasion. And you also gain the Emboldening Bond. You can forego an empowering bond among people who are at peace with one another. As an action, you can choose a number of willing creatures within 30 feet of you. This can include yourself, equal to your proficiency bonus. You create a magical bond among them for 10 minutes or until you can use this feature again. While any bonded creature is within 30 feet of another, the creature can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. Each creature can add a d4 no more than once per turn. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. Super handy. It also gets a little bit better.
I've seen you use that a few times.
It gets better as it goes along. With your peace domain, your channel divinity also becomes a balm of peace. As an action, you move up to your speed without provoking opportunity attacks. And when you move within 5 feet of any other creature during this action, you can restore a number of hit points to that creature equal to 2d6 plus your wisdom modifier, minimum of 1. A creature can receive this healing only once whenever you take this action. Haven't had to use that one yet. You also get a protective bond at 6th level. The bond you forge between people helps them protect each other. When a creature affected by your emboldening bond is about to take damage, a second bonded creature within 30 feet of it can use its reaction to teleport to an unoccupied space within 5 feet of it of the first creature. The second creature then takes all the damage instead.
That's fucking cool.
8th level, you have potent spell casting, adding your wisdom modifier to any damage you deal with a cleric spell cantrip. Let's see. The last one. The Expansive Bond. The benefits of your Emboldening Bond and Protective Bond features now work when the creatures are within 60 feet of each other. Moreover, when a creature uses the Protective Bond to take someone else's damage, it has resistance to that damage. Doesn't say what type of damage, just that damage.
Cool.
Gotta get to those big bad daddy spells.
That's pretty fun. Next in Tasha's is the Twilight Domain. She said, "I can't believe I'm writing this, but I think I could get behind a faith focused on mood lighting and evening wear." The Twilight, the Twilit transition from light. So it just says. I think that's a typo. The Twilight transition from light into darkness often brings calm and even joy, as the day's labors and the hours of rest begin. Darkness can also bring terrors, but the gods of twilight guard against the horrors of the night. Clerics who serve these deities, examples of which appear in the Twilight Deities table, bring comfort to those who seek rest and protect them by venturing into the encroaching darkness to ensure that the dark is a comfort, not a terror. You got Boraldi, Celestian, Dolara, Helm, Ilmater, Mishakal, Saloon, and Yaldana. Your domain spells are first level Fairy Fire and Sleep, third level Moonbeam and See Invisibility, fifth level is Aura of Vitality and Lehman's Tiny Hut, seventh level is Aura of Life and Greater Invisibility, and then at ninth level you get Circle of Power and Mislead. You get bonus proficiency. You are proficient with martial weapons and heavy armor. Your first level domain feature is Eyes of the Night. You can see through the deepest gloom. You have dark vision out to a range of 300 feet in that radius. You can see in dim light as if it were bright light, and in darkness as if it were dim light. As an action, you can magically share the dark vision of this feature with willing creatures you can see within 10 feet of you. Up to a number of creatures equal to your wisdom modifier, minimum of 1. The shared dark vision lasts for 1 hour. Once you share it, you can't do so again until you finish a long rest, unless you expend a spell slot of any level to share it again. That's pretty cool.
Andy.
At first level, you also gain this domain feature, the Vigilant Blessing. The night has taught you to be vigilant. As an action, you give one creature you touch, including possibly yourself, advantage on the next initiative roll the creature makes. This benefit ends immediately after the roll, or if you use this feature again. Channel Divinity. At second level, you get Twilight Sanctuary. You can use your Channel Divinity to refresh your allies with Soothing Twilight. As an action, you can present your Holy Symbol and a sphere of twilight emanates from you. The sphere is centered on you, has a 30-foot radius, and is filled with dim light. The sphere moves with you, and it lasts for 1 minute or until you are incapacitated or die. Whenever your creature, including you, ends its turn in the sphere, you can grant the creature one of these benefits. You can grant it temporary hit points equal to 1d6 your cleric level, plus your cleric level, or you can end one effect on it, causing it to be charmed or frightened. That's pretty cool. Steps of the Night, 6th level. You can draw one of your on the mystical power of night to rise into the air. As a bonus action, when you are in dim light or darkness, you can magically give yourself a flying speed equal to your walking speed for 1 minute. You can use this bonus action a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. All right. Divine Strike. You do an extra D8 radiant damage once on each of your turns when you hit it with an attack, and a 2d8 when you get to 14th. At 17th level, you get Twilight Shroud. The Twilight you summon offers a protective embrace. You and your allies have half cover while in the sphere created by your Twilight Sanctuary.
That's not bad.
Pretty cool stuff. I actually thought that was a cool one. I like that one. That might be one of my next characters.
There you go. Clerics.
Clerics are fun.
Multi-versatiles.
Last one.
Oh, the one from the DMG?
Yep. Go for it.
I'm not going to talk about it.
Okay. We'll do it.
Player should not be. Yep.
Yeah.
Player shouldn't
we'll do
be.
a DM's week. Okay.
Be a grave cleric.
Yeah. Okay.
You want to be a death cleric? Be a grave cleric.
Sounds good to me. All right. Well, that's it for us, I guess. What do we got
Yeah.
next? What else do we have?
I don't know. What is next? You have the
Um,
itinerary right there.
we
You
talked
missed
about
the
our
hole in your
we
notes.
talked about our past experiences playing those things.
Yep.
You're Ironhide, so you actually are one. Um, what do you have for a D&D minute this week, Ironhide?
Oh, so make me a menu.
Make you a menu?
Mm-hmm. I'm going into a tavern. What do I see on the menu?
Is it Ironhide walks into the tavern and he wants something on the menu? Okay.
I didn't say that I want something on the menu. I just say, what do I see on the menu?
All right. Well, in in a normal village tavern, I would say there's some sort of slop, like soup, some kind of like a bisque that they made. There's some
Cream-based?
bread. Yeah, sure. And then there's some bread. You got a half a chicken with some taters. You could get some just some like vegetables if you just want vegetables. Because there's so many different races that you need to have a little bit of everything. So there's like a salad option. And then one last thing, probably like a cheese, just like a melty cheese that they put on top of everything.
Yeah, I like that.
And obviously ale, some sort of
Well, that's implied.
a dwarven ale that's like strong, so like people
Elvish wine.
drink one or two and then they're like wasted and they buy more.
See, I thought you were going to give the Sal answer and say, well, it's just drinks, and if you want food, eat the peanuts.
No. You need to have, at a tavern, you need to have a little bit of like a slop soup and bread at least.
Yeah, you got to keep people full at some point.
Yeah. You want them to
Like a
keep
sandwich.
drinking. Yeah. Yeah. You
Like
want them to keep
Sandy
drinking.
finger sandwich.
Yeah, sandy
Extra.
finger. No, you don't want to make a sandwich with sandy fingers.
No, but that's the name of the establishment is Malcolm Sandy Fingers, and then the special is the Sandy Finger Sandwich, and it's got extra pickles on it because pickle punching.
Pickles and everything. Yeah, I guess so. I guess I can go with that, I guess, but I still think that's bad branding. It's like if I went into a place and they were like, "Here, try the Sandy Finger sandwich." You're like, no thanks.
Thundercat,
I'll
you
just
said
have a
that they're
regular
gonna have like a slop.
I'll just have like
That's
a
bad
regular
branding.
Yeah, well I'm not going in for I'm not going into a place called Malcolm Sandy Fingers and having a Sandy Finger sandwich. I'm going into
Didn't
a
we go into a
tavern
place called Shenanigans?
in a basic village and eating some
True.
slop and having some ale.
Fair enough.
Hell yeah, it's fair enough. Cool. We got our D&D minute. I made a menu.
Yay.
Outro plugs. Talk about what we got going on this week. Ironhide, when will you be back?
Friday, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. War for Garaxia. We didn't die to a dragon, so now we made it, and we're not dead.
Saturday night we're here for is it Bremeth?
Bremeth. Yes.
I think I'm gonna be the guy from Boston. I'm gonna be like the Bremeth Academy for Arts, dude.
I like it.
Academy for Arts. Bremeth Session 0 will be on Saturday 10 p.m. On this channel as well. We have our new well, not new DM, but our DM who will be new on stream DMing. GM Patch Nasty will be our DM and host from now on Saturday nights. Yeah, that should be fun. And then on Monday we're back with more survival night. We're doing Monday night survival games with me and Dysfunctional Dad. We are in Green Hell's DLC, The Spirits of Amazonia, and we had a blast last night. We're excited to continue going.
Yay.
What do you got going on? Are you going to be streaming?
Who knows? Who knows?
Come on.
Follow me on Twitter at
we need, you,
GMPashNasty.
we need you to stream again.
We don't need me to do shit.
All right.
What are you doing?
I'm streaming tomorrow. Suck it, nerd.
There you go.
Check me out. I'm streaming tomorrow. I don't even know what the fuck I'm streaming, but I'm streaming something. I might get up early and stream some Destiny. Who knows?
How early is early when you say you're going to get up early?
Like 9:30.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not getting up before. I'm not getting up before 9. I go to bed at 2. I need at least 7 hours of sleep. And then I'm back on Sunday. I was back. I streamed on Sunday too.
Yes, you did.
And I streamed last night, but I was streaming last night so you could have both points of view of Green Hell. So I might do that again on Monday too. Who goes? I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Who knows? You'll find out when you watch it.
Next week, we don't know what we're talking about. So thanks for sticking around to find out what we're talking about next week. It's a Dungeon Masters week, so we're gonna figure it out while we figure it out.
We do that often.
It happened last time on Tuesday when I was like, we're talking about zombies this week. That's what we did. So you'll find out on either Twitter or in our Discord. If you really, 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 really want to know, please comment, like, subscribe, do whatever you can. Send us a message. Do something. Follow us on all the places.
Do that. Those things.
You'll find out more information that way. And I think we have another super special guest in the month of June. He said he was going to rap.
Well, so the problem is...
Don't start with me, Ironhide. I went back and edited the video today, and I saw the ending, and I remember going, oh, that's right. Randy Raps is happening now.
Randy Raps is happening. However, Randy Raps got a little carried away, and Randy had to get more street cred that he wanted. So Randy's doing a little bit of hard time, so I'm filling in for Randy this week as well.
This is absolute malarkey.
He's only got 6 more days left. You'll have to wait until next week.
6 more days left? What did he do?
He punched a cop, or at least he told me that he punched a cop. I don't believe him.
Why did he? What did he say? What did the cop do to deserve being punched?
I'm pretty sure it went along the lines of, "Hey, I want to get arrested to bring up my street cred," and
I fucking hate Randy.
But he did provide me with a song.
All right, let me go to the ending scene, and we gotta find someone to raid. So let's find a raid person.
I have the tune in my head.
Okay, good.
Okay, that's kind of a short song. Yes.
All right, who are we gonna go raid?
It's Tuesday.
It's what? It's Tuesday?
Yeah, I don't know. It's written on notes that Patch left me. Tuesday. Underline. I don't know.
Sure.
It is Tuesday, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It is Tuesday. We're just gonna go to Throg to get this, because the more I listened to Randy talk to me, the more I wanted to get out of here. I mean, I'm sorry, Iron Randy.
Randy Hyde.
Randy Hyde. Oh
yes.
God. That's what's
called the
Hippopotamus
song.
All right, I got it going. All right,
ready?
We're ready.
Hippopotamus, hippopotamus, hippopotamus. Humph. I'm a hippopotamus, like swimming but I'm dangerous. If you get too close to me, I might just bite your feet. Hippopotamus, hippopotamus, hippopotamus. I'm a hippopotamus. I'm a hippopotamus. I'm fat and dangerous. If you don't understand, I might just bite your hand. Hippopotamus, 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 hippopotamus. That's it. That's what I was given.
I'm beyond words. Bye, everyone.
Have a good one. We'll see you on Friday.